Hi guys, this is Hyunmin Max, aka Max. Welcome back to another video on the channel. So we have this absolutely insane glitch that literally broke the game. I'm gonna talk about what to do with our investment and of course what other things that we can actually invest for today. So the first thing I want to talk about it's actually the player SBC that we have gotten, Julian Alvarez. Your stats were actually linked prior to the promo itself. 4-4, high, fantastic work rates. Acceleration 87, sprint speed at 85. If you take a look at the card overall, it's a very good card. I would say, probably one of the most meta ones. Now, the only disadvantage I would say, is, he doesn't have a very good playstyle plus. It's actually relentless, which for me, doesn't really do anything because if you take a look at his stamina, it's already 86. I don't think that's too much of a difference. If the stamina was 70, maybe. And also, if we take a look at the requirements of this SBC, you'll realize that there's actually no Team of the Week. He actually has the Incisive Pass as an additional playstyle. And like I mentioned, none of his playstyles are actually OP. Now, Julian Alvarez, it's always very good in-game. His dribbling, is super silky, and I think that his finishing, will be top tier as well. So if you're somebody who loves to dribble with the R1 button, this is the guy for you. I think that at 380k, this SBC, it's right up there, along with Rodrigo, with two of the best value SBCs, that we have gotten so far. We have also gotten the, surprisingly, the Team of the Week player pick. The requirements, were actually two 83 rated squad. The second 83 rated squad, you actually needed to put in a 85. Comes up to about 21k to complete. And I actually think that, if you need somewhere to put all your duplicate 83s, or all your extra 83s, which I have a lot of in my club, this is actually a place, to chuck it in for a cheeky little, pun. So your 85s, with this SBC, they actually rolls like a little bit. One thing to take note is that it actually refreshes, every single day for the next 4 days. Now, we have also gotten a, surprisingly, Trailblazers Challenge 4. There isn't anything significant in terms of SBC solution trading because, the requirements are relatively easy. Let's move on, and talk about the objective, that we have gotten yesterday. And I will have to say, this card actually looks very good. Palacios, if you take a look at this card, medium high, which is fantastic work rates for a CDM, 3-star, 4-star, a very well-rounded card all around, The only thing that I don't really like is the acceleration being slightly lower at 78 and the reactions being at 81. He has the Tiki-Taka, Anticipate, and Intercept, which are, I would say, three good really play styles. So I would say, for kind of like a free card, he's actually really good. I also like the fact that he has 89 aggression, which I think is very important, for a CDM. And as you guys can see, you actually get 2k free XP, if you just assist 3 goals using true balls, which is super duper easy. I already completed it because I actually, want to do some squad battles to get the rewards itself. Now let's quickly move on, and talk about Team 2 itself. So this is the team, I don't think that there's any surprises. We actually had the team leaked on Monday, and we actually also, had some official stats leaked, prior to the promo itself. Now, one thing to take note is, Ronaldo, his price range yesterday, was actually at 1.5 mil, EA has actually updated his price range to 3 mil. He went extinct at 1.5 mil, and he actually went up to about 1.84 before dropping down to about 1.59 and then rebounding back up to about 1.78. So, Ronaldo, does have a very huge boost, from his base goal version. He has a +8 pace, +2 shooting, +2 passing, and 4 dribbling, which is huge, because Ronaldo tends to be clunkier players, when actually dribbling. So if you take a look at the rest of the Team 2 itself, I think that, we have Rafael Leao. He has the finesse shot as his play style plus, and I think that is actually better than his base goal version as well as the Day of the Month version. But the question is, would you pay additional 700k, 600-700k, just for his finesse playstyle plus, That's a question that you have to answer yourself. I personally don't think that it's actually worth it. And we have Sophia Smith as well, being very expensive at about 980k. Marquinhos, I think, very good center half. And we finally have a good budget central midfielder, right, in James Ward-Prowse. The only bad thing about him is that he's 3-star. Before that, we only had Mr. Tonali. And of course, for Son, right, I did also mention that, this one is actually going to cost really, really expensive at about at least, right, 1 mil coins. He's at about 1.3 mil. I would say possibly a little bit too overpriced, given that, as you guys can see, right, his play style, right, it's actually rapid. I think his player of the month, right, is still better in terms of being more meta, being more OP, and not to mention the fact that you can put Fodder in. Player of the month owners got saved, I guess. So that was the the team all round. We also have Robertson. We also have Kubo, who has really, really close stats, right, to player of the month. There's not too much of a big difference there. Now, let's talk about the pack weight for this team, right? I think the thing with this pack weight for this team is that right, it seems that the pack weight is pretty bad. However, right, if you actually go and take a look at the market itself, right, we still do see a decent amount of supply for these cards. So I don't really know, right, where these cards are coming from in terms of the supply, right? If we take a look at the top tier card, right, in CR7, right, you will actually see that there's actually a pretty adequate supply. And the surprising thing was, I believe that we only got a limited amount of 100k packs. I think five or three 100k packs limited to each account, and then we have like 3 50k packs, right? It's 5-3 either way, right? But if you take a look, right, there's actually quite a bit of supply, right? I would say 1.5 page for Ronaldo. Let's take a look at Son. So I don't really know, right? Or Sonny is really, really rare, right? Sonny is really rare, but for CR7 we actually have quite a few. So I don't really know, right, where all this supply is coming from. We have this theory whereby people think that EA actually, right, puts cards, right, on the market on their own. And another thing is, these cards, right, actually didn't fluctuate that much, right? Could it be the fact that people are actually scared to buy, right, because of the fact that we have a Gamble Icon SBC coming later on? I'll talk more about that later. Now, we did also have the evolutions, right, on Thursdays itself, right? We have 2 new ones called the Trailblazer Interceptor and actually the Flight Tackler, right? As you guys can see, I'm actually doing one. So I would say that the evolutions cards, right, actually are still behind the power curve, but EA actually did do something, right? They actually came up with objectives, right, to use our evolutions cards so that you guys, right, or us, right, can actually, go and get some XP as well as some free packs. I'm actually doing it myself. Now, I want to talk about, right, what are some of the, good cards, right, that you guys can actually use, right, for the evolution. So for the left back, it's actually called the Slide Tackler, right? It's actually free, which is fantastic. So Estupiñán is great for your Brighton links to Mitoma and João Pedro. Tierney is always a meta card, right? La Liga, fantastic links. And then we have Cucurella. I've seen Cucurella's stats, right? And I think he actually looks pretty good, right? You can actually even start him out, right, as a center back. Luca Digne, right? We have so many Aston Villa players this year, right? We have Watkins, we have DRB. And if you're running a, La Liga team, right, Olga Carmona, right, actually looks pretty good as well. Real Madrid, Spanish, you can't really go wrong with that. And if you actually take a look further down the list, right, Alex Telles is one, right? Fantastic link to CR7, same club. And of course, right, we have a debate between Reguilon and Malacia. I have actually compared both of the stats, right? And I would say, right, Reguilon is actually better than Malacia, right? He has better work rates as well as higher stats for the more important category. And then we have Alexandro as well. So that is the one for your fullbacks. Now, for your central midfielders, right, I think Gallagher is a great option. Gallagher, and then we have Dominguez. Really, right, I think these two are the ones that are actually more popular, as well as Rovella. Of course, if you're a Spurs fan, then Oliver Skip is the one for you. If you're a United fan, then Donny van de Beek. But personally, right, if I were to choose one, right, I'm actually going to go for Gallagher. Right, so those are the players, right, that you guys can consider to evo. Now, the thing with it is, for your interceptor, right, you actually have to pay 75k coins. For me, right, I don't really think that that's actually worth it, because in terms of these cards, right, I think that they are actually behind the power curve. But of course, if you want to go ahead to do it for like sentimental value, right, I say just go right ahead, right? Because, you know, these are actually cards that you can use finally, right, in your team. They are actually semi-usable. So let's talk about how this actually, right, impacted the market itself. So we saw cards, right, like Estupinian, right, flying from about 500 coins, right, to, I would say, right, he actually flew to about 3k coins. And then we have Conor Gallagher also. He flew from about 1,000 coins, right? I would say right up to about 3k. Fubin actually didn't capture the price at that point in time. I was actually live streaming, right? And I was actually calling these cards out. And then if you guys watch my previous video about evolutions, right, I did talk about Center House, right? Because I thought that Center House would come out. And I actually picked his teammate, right? Tokambi, right? Tokambi, right? So I actually picked him, but instead it was a fullback. So this guy, basically, he went extinct. He went from about, I think, close to discard price, right, to about 10k. Yeah, 300 coins to about 10k. Some of the players that I called out was live on stream, right, was Alexandro, Cucurella, Matt Target, Tsimikas, and Lallana. And I also actually provided this information, right, to the people in my Discord. And actually, right, these are the profits from the people in my Discord. We're actually picking up Cucurella's, right, at 800 coins, selling at 1.4k. Matt Target, same. 800 coins, selling at between 1.4 to 1.5. So Lallana, we actually picked up at about, I believe, this card price. He went for about 900 coins. If you guys want to make coins, right, I do actually, you know, provide all this information to my Discord. And this is actually, right, to the free segment of the Discord, right? All the links will be down in the description below. So even right now, right, you can actually still flip some of these cards. Right, the people in my Discord, right, have been continuously, right, flipping this card. So for Cucurella, right, I think he's going for about 1.2k, I believe, right now. So wow, he's actually up 1.4, right? I think you can actually go higher. Possibly you can sell him at about 1.6. So 1.5, I would say is a very good price. So what you can do is you can actually, right, go and get on bids for him, right? I know right now, right, it seems that he's actually going up to about 1.3k, but you'll be able to get him, right, at about 900 coins and then sell him off at about 1.3, 1.4k, right? You make yourself some points there. I also spoke about Target, right? He's actually going for, I think he's going for about 700 coins, right? Go and get him, right, on bid at about 350 coins, right? He's actually up at about 800. But you can get him on bid at between 350 to 400, and then you can basically double your coins. You can do the same for Tsimikas as well. Let's talk about this glitch. Your playstyle plus glitch, right? So this glitch, right, absolutely, right, almost destroyed the game. So this is an example, right, of how the glitch work, right? If you guys can see, right? Can I full screen this? And yeah, so basically, right, you hold R1 and then you do 2 fake shots. You just need somebody, right? You just need somebody, right, with the Trickster Playstyle Plus, right? And you'll actually be able to do this. Basically, right, rugby style the ball, right, into the goalpost itself. So this was actually, I would say, right, this is one of the biggest glitch, right, ever that I've seen in FIFA itself. So lots of people, right, are actually avoiding playing Weekend League, right, because of this glitch. With Trickster as the playstyle plus, right, their price actually went up by a lot, right? If you take a look at somebody like Di Maria, right, he went from about 58k to about 68k, right? This is only a 10k rise, right? For other players, right, I think Saint Max, somebody, right, who actually went up a ridiculous amount. I believe he more than like doubled his coins. Yeah, he went from about 3k, right, all the way up to about, I think, 8k, right? 3k to 8k, which is an absolutely, right, crazy amount of rise. When EA, right, actually rectify this error, right, you know, cards, right, actually fell, right? The Max, your Di Maria, your Rofo, your Neymar, right, they all fall down in price. As you guys can see, right, this glitch has since been, you know, removed by EA, right? Players with the playstyle plus, right, they no longer have Trickster as their playstyle plus. They have actually removed this until they can actually patch it back. So Saint Max went from about 8.5 to about 2.8. The same can be said for, you know, Neymar, Di Maria, and the rest of the players. So the question right now is, you know, will the people who abuse this glitch, right, get banned? So according to Sheriff, right, he said that EA will be banning people. Now, the question is, right, would you get banned if you do this in squad battles? Definitely, right, if you do this in rivals and champs, right, I think that you have a very, very high chance of getting banned. I don't really know how EA is gonna track it. My guess is probably they do have access, right, to the inputs that we put while we are actually playing the game itself. So, you know, if you guys actually abuse the mechanics in champs and rivals, right, you know, I feel sorry for you guys. So let's move on, right, and talk about this huge thing, right, that's actually upcoming, right, your icon pack. So if you guys remember, right, in my previous video, I did say that it's very unlikely, right, that we will actually get 2 base hero gamble pack without getting a single icon pack. So, you know, the old pack that's actually removed, right, is actually your hero pack, and we have a icon pack. Now, I think that this pack, right, should come on Sunday, not later on today. But everybody, right, will basically be doing these packs. Let's take a look at, in FIFA 23, right, what were the requirements. At that point in time, right, the icon upgrade was actually max 86, right? Let's take a look at the requirements. It was an 84 rated squad along with a 86 rated squad, right, with 1 team of the week. So in total, right, comes up to about 145k. So I think for this time round, right, it will actually be thereabouts in regards to the price itself. So I wouldn't be too surprised. Right now, right, 187 rated squad, right, actually costs right about 155k based on current fodder prices. If EA wants to make it a little bit more expensive, it can be an 87 rated squad with 1 team of the week. Then you'll be like about 165k or so. So this is an example of an 87 rated squad, right? So as you guys can see, right, you need 88s, mostly 88s, 85s, and 84s, right, to complete the squad itself. They could also, right, make it an 87 rated squad and 184 rated squad, because 84 rated are basically a discard price, right? So those are the, you know, few possibilities. So right now, right, if we take a look at fodder prices, right, you guys will be able to see, right, that fodder, right, it's actually very, very expensive, especially on your higher tier, your 87s and higher. A lot of cards are also hitting their max price ranges, right? A lot of 87s have max price range of 20k. 88s max price range of, I believe, right, about 27.5k. Right? Yep, like Bernardo Silva. So, I personally don't think that right now is the best time, right, to invest in fodder, because I think that we should be getting a little bit more supply and your fodder would drop slightly. But I would still give you guys, right, the prices that I think, right, it's ideal, right, to get these cards at, right, after they have actually dropped. So your 87s, right, your console players, right, you want to be aiming for about 16k. PC players, right, 17.5k. So again, make sure that you get the 87s, right, with max price range of 24k and over, somebody like Donnarumma. Some of the other 87s, right, that have a max price range of 20k, right, are the likes of Modric, Kobel, Magal, right? So just be careful on this. For your 88s, right, you want to be aiming for closer to 26k for console players, 28.5k for PC players. So again, make sure that the max price range of your 88s are at least, right, 35k or higher. So as you guys can see, an example is Kimic's max price range, right, is only 27.5k. So please do not go and buy him. And then his max price range on PC, right, is actually 30k. So, you know, right, if you buy him, you basically can't make any coins, right? We also know Bernardo Silva is another one to avoid. So make sure to check out the max price ranges of these cards, right, on Futbin itself. So for 87s, right, console players, you want them closer to about 40k. PC players, right, 46k. So my favorite ratings, right, definitely is your 87s, right, along with your 88s itself. I think, right, a good time, right, to actually pick them up, right, would be after content drop later on. If we get more supply, I think we will. I think the second window that you'll have, right, is after squad battle rewards tomorrow, right? So I will be waiting for these prices to drop, while also at the same time, right, waiting for my out-of-pack investments, right, to go higher before I actually go into them. I definitely want to get in them, right, before content drop on Sunday. So what are some of the players, right, that you can actually pack from this icon pack, right? So these are the top 10 players, right, that you can actually pack. Torres, Essien, Zambrotta, Zola. So really, right, if you ask me, right, I think that most of these cards here, right, don't really have a long lifespan in your team. I would say Zambrotta can probably be in your team for a really long time. Zola if you're a really good player, but players like Essen and Torres, right, probably won't make it past your team, right? For I would say they're probably gonna be out of a team in 1 month's time. So this SBC, quite frankly, right, even at 150 to 200k, right, I would say that it's not gonna be worth it. But I can assure you, right, that almost everybody on the game, right, will definitely be doing this Icon SBC because it's our first ever gamble Icon SBC on this game itself, and people are just degens. So the market itself, right, they did actually go up. So if you take a look at somebody like Griezmann, right, he was actually at about 650k, went up to about 712k, right? People were actually waiting for content drop before actually going out to purchasing the cards. And the funny thing was, we actually didn't have any lightning rounds, right? That was something that was really surprising. So talking about our investments, right, they did actually go up as well, right? Let's take a look at somebody like Di Lorenzo. If you guys remember, right, I was actually telling you guys, right, to pick them up. I believe, right, when we made the video to invest in these cards, right, they were actually at about, I think, 56k. I was telling my stream to try to get him at about 53k, right? I think that he's actually gonna go higher. I think he will hit 70k, 72k minimally, right, within the next few days. So I would say, right, hold on to these cards. And also somebody like Ruben Diaz as well, right? He has also done really, really well for us. When I made the video, right, he was actually at about, I believe, 103k, I believe. I was trying to tell my chat to actually get him at about 100k. So he actually went as high as about 130k. So right now he's going for, I would say, right, about 116k. Now, right now, right, if you see this card drop to about 110k and lower, right, I actually think that he's still a very, very good pickup. Because I think that the market, right, will most definitely go higher. And of course, right, we have Mitoma and Dante, right, as the other two investments. So really, right, I will hold this Trailblazers investments, right, until they actually go up. Just give them about another 2 days or so and they will actually go up. However, right, if we take a look at goals itself, right, they have actually been dropping because, like I mentioned in the previous videos, right, people are always looking to replace, right, their gold cards, because at the end of the day, right, people want newer and better cards. So somebody like Dembele, right, he's actually at about, I would say, 164k, 163k. He was actually, right, at about 175, 176k, right, before content drop on Friday. He's gonna get all these gold cards, right, are gonna get replaced with players like Alvarez from the SBCs, like your Palacios from Objective. So I would expect the gold cards, right, in general, right, to be on a downward slide, right. I think that the better play is always investing in your out of packs cards. So the market, I would say, right, should stay relatively stable, right, from now until Tuesday. Of course, with a bit of a fluctuation. Unless, right, the icon pack is repeatable like 2 times, right? If not, that is how I think the market will be like. So, like I mentioned, right, our investments for Trailblazers, right, they're actually all really, really safe. So, let's just be a little bit patient, right, and wait for the cards to rise. I'll let you guys know, right, when it's time to sell. Now, let's talk about what are some of the investments, right, that we can be doing. I think right now, right, there's still a window to pick up your Team of the Week 5 cards, right? I would aim for Otamendi at about 15k. I like Otamendi. Bruno Fernandes, right, if you can actually get him at about 140k on console, right, I think that's a really good price. 150k for your PC players. So these two players I really, really like. Berardi also, 53.5k. It's actually, I would say, quite a fantastic price. But console players try to aim like 52. PC players, right, at about 55k. VVD, for the higher budget ones, you can try to aim for about 630 console, right? PC at about 750, right? I think that is actually realistic. 760, my bad, right? Because this is an undercut. So when would you expect these cards to go up? I would say, again, you have to wait till probably about Wednesday for these cards to actually rise, right? So this is a possible investment, right, that you can do right now if you have coins. So some of the content, right, that I expect to see later on, right, is we should be getting a player SBC in the shape of Iago Aspas. Not gonna be a meta card, just gonna be, you know, a super cheap card, similar to the SAR that we have gotten last week. Even though I would say that SAR is actually better, we got SAR on a Saturday, right? So that is my guess. We should be getting Aspas, and then we also have the Javi Simmons leak as well, right? I think that this guy will actually be released on Monday. We'll get Aspas today, and then this guy on Monday. Definitely, right? There'll be more hype for Simmons because he's actually balling IRL. Now, some of the other content that we will be seeing, right, is also your Liga Portugal foundations. I believe that we should be seeing this today at content drop, along with your Iago Aspas SBC. Now, moving on, right, I want to talk about the Amazon Prime Gaming Pack. So, do remember to link your Amazon Prime Gaming Pack, right, to your EA Sports account, and you can actually get this pack free. If you have Amazon Prime, right, you can actually sub to me for free, and you can get access, right, to the VIP trading Discord, whereby I give you guys, right, all the good stuff, right. I've been feeding the VIP Discord, right, all the good stuff recently, talking about team of the weeks, what price to get them at, the Trailblazers investments, and all those good stuff, right. So all the links, right, all the stuff that you need, right, will be down below. Now, let's also, right, actually, right, I want to talk more a little bit, right, about, you know, the objectives, right? So just remember that I have a lot of people asking me, right, what to take from this. I would say, right, the 86/3 is clear. I'll just take the 86/3. Go and get yourself some nice cheeky little fodder, and you know, you can actually go and complete Alvarez, Rodrigo, or Sonny. And of course, right, we do have a player pick. Now, I actually need your help, right, guys? Because, right now we are actually doing one video, right? We're actually doing one video every 2 days. So let me know down in the comment section below, right, whether you guys want a daily video or you guys are fine with one video every 2 days, right? Do let me know, because this, you know, if I do one video every 2 days, right, these videos tend to be slightly longer than your one video every day. So do let me know. So that's all from me. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you guys want to see more content on the channel, do hit that sub button. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you guys soon. Alright,